Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to yet another reading vlog, but this one's gonna be slightly different. So Chantel from Chantel Reads All Day has come out with a summer reading challenge. So this was her board, and I so painstakingly cut all the pieces out, and now I have them in my glass jar. But basically the summer reading challenge helps you read more, and it's supposed to be like you read one of these a week in the summer. So I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna do a dedicated reading vlog for each book that I pull from here. So this is like a prompt, but it's kind of an open-ended prompt. So I think there's like books on the cover, so it could be a book about a book. It could have books on the cover. It could, you know, it's a matter of interpretation. It could follow an author, because that's kind of bookish. Or there's like a house on the cover, and you know, you're open to interpret these how you see fit. I know that Chantel did actually come out with a video, and she said the prompts that she had intended, but I'm gonna kinda do the same thing, but I'm gonna use the prompts however I see fit. I think it's a matter of interpretation. So let's read one. And this one fell out. And if you are not new around here, then you already know that if it falls out, then that is usually the one that I need to pick. So let's see what our first prompt is and go find a book. Or yeah, let's go find a book to read. Oh, trees. Okay. So it's like trees on the cover. Maybe it takes place in nature a lot. Ooh, maybe it's like a survival thriller or horror novel. Ooh, okay. So let me think about this. I'm actually doing a really good job of prioritizing my June TBR. I didn't think I would be able to prioritize it, but so far I'm doing fairly well on prioritizing those books. So I actually have 3 that are supposed to be on my June TBR anyway, and they all have trees on the cover. So the one that I'm leaning more towards is another romance, but I kind of want to read different genres as much as I can. So I haven't read a thriller this month, so I have 20 Years Later by Charlie Donnelly because of like all the trees. But here's the thing, if I'm gonna read a Charlie Donnelly, it's gonna be Long Time Gone by Charlie Donnelly, but I'm kind of really wanting The Runaway Road by Devney Perry. This is the first in a romance series. It's like a second chance romance, and it would get my team on the Amazing ReadAthon. Not only would it be, it's not LGBT, but it would get me the bonus prompt of trapped together because they're trapped in a road trip together. Both of these sound great. This one would give me the cover challenge, which would be a dark cover, but I don't think it would be any other bonuses. So each of them give me approximately the same amount of points. The only difference is that Charlie Donnelly's book is like 2 times as big, so it would be 2 times as many points. As of this moment, I'm thinking Long Time Gone. Okay. I read the first chapter of Long Time Gone by Charlie Donnelly and Runaway Road by Devney Perry. I am more interested in Long Time Gone at this particular moment. You follow Sloane, who is like a forensic anthropologist student, right? Or a morgue student? I don't know yet. She's a student studying forensic anthropology, I believe. And her internship just started. That's really all that we know. Here we follow London, who just went through a nasty divorce, and she's running away. And her best friend was helping her pack, but saying, please don't leave. And the other one sounds better. Okay, so yesterday we picked Tree on the Cover for Chantel's reading challenge. And I read this big beast of a book in one day. It was okay. It was just okay. I was very intrigued by the first half, but I did not care. Like, I wasn't surprised by the ending. I don't know. Maybe I've just read too many thrillers, so it's probably generally just a me problem. But I did really enjoy Baby Charlotte, or Sloane. Her name is Sloane, but she was Baby Charlotte when she disappeared. And there was a lot of, like, family drama and family things going on at the time in 1995 when she went missing first. Her entire family, like, her parents went missing, too. So it wasn't just her. But I read this in one day. Like, how many pages is that? 408. 408 pages in one day. I'm very proud of that, actually. So, while I was reading this yesterday, the second prompt, leg 2 of the Amazing ReadAthon was dropped. And I had to finish this before I could read another book for that. So this can be used for sightseeing or for something. I have it in my back pocket for the Amazing ReadAthon. But the prompt for the Amazing ReadAthon is a book I don't own. So I'm thinking Libby app, library. I have either Speak Now by Ash Perez, which is the one that I really want to read, but Guarding Temptation by Talia Hibbert is actually on my TBR for June, and it's shorter. So I might read Guarding Temptation or Speak Now. I really want to read Speak Now. It sounds really fun. But I'll think about it while I finish laundry. And then, yeah, we'll read one of those books. They're both really short, so I guess that's the good news. I'm about halfway done with Speak Now by Ash Perez. And I'm not enjoying it. I'm really not. I thought this was going to be a 5-star read, but it's not giving me the swoony vibes. It's just, so you get chapters that are from when Alex and Genevieve were in high school together, and they were like best friends, and then there might have been one night where something happened in high school, but they were both over 18. Not that that makes it much better, because I'm still a 30-something-year-old woman reading about what these 18-year-olds did. It's not that bad. It was just a kiss. It was just a kiss. But there were like sparks flying, and they were flirting and maybe crossing that boundary of being best friend to something more. And now Genevieve is getting married, and Alex is the chef at the restaurant where her Genevieve's soon-to-be husband proposed, and he's like, I know you guys don't do weddings, but can you cater our wedding? So now they're catering this wedding, and she's kind of helping Genevieve plan this wedding, but there are still sparks between the two of them. So it's messy, but I'm not really loving it. It's just kind of, this happened, and it feels like a forced love triangle where the guy, I don't even know his name, where her fiance is not even a choice in the matter. And I feel like I already know how it's gonna end. I feel just very, very let down by this book so far. But I am trying to finish cleaning my bathroom, and I just finished Speak Now by Ash Perez. I have thoughts. So, about my thoughts. So, my thoughts on this book. I think when I updated you last time, I had said something to the effect of, I'm just not feeling it. And that it was messy, which actually surprisingly works for me in romance. Like, I don't mind a messy romance. Because I think why I like a messy romance is because, like, in real life, romance is not always sunshine and glitter and gumballs, and you know, it's not easy. And I've been married a long time, but my marriage is hard work. Sometimes he's in bad mood, sometimes I'm in bad mood, sometimes we're not kind to each other. But we always make it through. So, Speak Now by Ash Perez. The first half was a snooze fest. Like, I get it. I understand why it was like that, because you want to know what brought our characters from, like, where they are right now. How did they get there? And the only way to get there is to show you how they were in the past together. And that part just felt very young adult to me, because they were in high school. It was young adult. And then part of me felt like they still haven't grown up, even though they were close to 30. They were, you know, it's been like 10 years since they've talked to each other, so they were approaching 30. But it felt like one or both of them hadn't grown up yet. And that just kind of was eh. However, the ending of this book was so well done. Like, I didn't want to root for them, because Jen was getting married to a man named Derek, and Ashley, no, her name's not Ashley. The other main girl, Emily. How come I cannot remember this? I literally just listened to it. Anyways, they were, you know, like high school best friends, but they were actually like kind of like first loves. And it was very messy, because there was the chef where Jen was going to have her wedding, and Derek, her husband-to-be, was like, he's kind of a rich, arrogant, like, you know, he's just rich and entitled. He wasn't a bad guy, he was just rich and entitled. And I actually felt really bad for him when I found out what I found out. And like, okay, I might be spoiling this book. I'm sorry. Jen does definitely cheat on Derek. But it's like a one-night thing, and it was not that I'm trying to defend it, but it was like a one-night thing, and she does feel really, really bad about it. She ultimately does come clean to Derek, and she calls off her wedding because that's her person, and I wholeheartedly believe that they were meant for each other. And like, I enjoyed the second half of the book. It was messy and very entitled and really, really awful. They were awful to each other. But I don't like romances that just get together in like a nice little bow. I like the trauma. I don't know what that says about me as a person. But I ultimately ended up enjoying this. It's probably between a 3 and a 4. I'll probably give it 3 stars on Goodreads, but it's leaning like 3.5 or 4-star territory. But I just can't give it anything more than that because that first half was just dragging on. And this was a very short book. But I wouldn't mind owning a copy just to say that I do. I don't know. It was messy. It was wrong. It was bad, but in the best way possible, and I really enjoyed it. All right, since we just finished my book for the Leg 2 prompt, now we can do some sightseeing prompts. So over here, I already have random number generator 1 through 9, and let's see what it says. Ooh, okay, 4. So let's see what my options are. We have to start here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. A book with an... Okay, so we landed on either an odd number of pages or something else. Oh, a third person POV. I decided that I'm going to pick the third person POV for the prompt that I'm going to pick. And I think I'm going to read Truly, Madly, Deeply by Alexandria Belfour. It'll give me the bonus for Pride Points for the Amazing ReadAthon, and I get to do a little bit of sightseeing. I have been not home all day, and it looks like Bree has posted the roadblock that they are definitely optional, but I like to do everything. So let's see what the roadblock is. It's time for another roadblock. You just watched the episode with us, or if you know the story, you'll know we found the origin story of Torchwood. So for this roadblock, we want to know your origin story as a reader. Post a picture on social media of the book that started it all. The one that made you fall in love with reading, or the one that shaped the reader you are today. I mean, I guess it has to be Where the Red Fern Grows by Wilson Rawls. Because it doesn't matter how many books I read, that one is just forever and for always my favorite. It taught me about friendship, and it taught me about sacrifice, and it taught me about determination. And I think that because of Billy's determination in that book, that's why I get so invested in different things. Okay, so I'm gonna take a picture of that and post it to Instagram here in a little while, but I'm gonna start listening to Truly, Madly, Deeply. Roadblock! Whoop, whoop. Or a detour. I don't really know, but for the next thing in the Amazing ReadAthon, it was to post a picture on a social media. I picked alida.the.books, my Insta, and that is the book that made me. Like, this is the book that created the monster that you know, Where the Red Fern Grows, by Wilson Rawls. This was like the first chapter book I ever read. This taught me about so much about life, and it's just it is my all-time favorite, probably. I just always want to go back to this world and to this friendship. I made some pizza for school lunches tomorrow. Okay, so I ended up picking Truly, Madly, Deeply by Alexandra Belfour. I have previously DNF'd a book by this author and never to return again. I really enjoyed this book. It was like, it was cute. I do think that in a lot of ways Truly was that's her name. Her name is Truly, which is weird, but she also was a little immature in some things. But, you know, I don't care, because I don't think that anyone get your booty in that room. I don't think perfection actually exists, so I didn't mind her flaws. Some of her flaws made her kind of unique in who she was, which was fun. But I loved the bi representation in this book. I enjoyed the spice. It was like pushing my limits a little bit, because I'm not some would say I'm not like very, I don't like to read a lot. I don't know, I do like to read a little bit of spice, but not like dark romance type of like scary stuff. I'm sorry, if my friends are watching this, then they know exactly what I'm talking about. I read a book because my friend recommended it, and it was like a lot. But this one was just fun. I did really enjoy it. So now I'm just making lunches. I think I'm gonna give it 4 stars. It was pretty fun. I didn't even mind the Parent Trap aspect. I know that everyone kind of, that's their biggest gripe with this book, is that she's a 27-year-old, 28-year-old who parent traps her parents because they have decided that they're going to get divorced or take a trial separation. Alright, so we started right here, a book written in 3rd person, and we read Truly, Madly, Deeply, and I talked about it. So now we're going to pick another one. We're going to do random number generator 1 through 9, and we got a 4. So from right here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. A book with a royal word in the title. That's not going to happen. I don't have anything, I don't think. 1, 2, 3, 4. A book with an animal on the cover. This is a show I'm watching. Technically, our video should be ending right here because the 3rd leg of the race just dropped like a couple of hours ago, if I'm being honest. There we go. Sorry guys, but like I was saying, this should technically be the end of this video because leg 3 of the Amazing ReadAthon just dropped. You know what? Yeah, let's just make this leg 2 of the race. I don't think we did very much. Honestly, I've been really busy, so I haven't really been reading that much, but we finished a book. Oh, no, we did not finish Next of Kin in this. Oh, it's a book I don't own. We finished Speak Now, and we finished Truly, Madly, Deeply, which I actually really, really enjoyed. I enjoyed it so much that I'm buying myself a copy. It was a 4-star, but it was really cute and really swoony, and that's all that I wanted in a romance. Technically, I started Such Sharp Teeth, but it's not gonna count for part 3, leg 3 of the readathon, so I'll just say I've read almost half of it, and I'm not loving it. I don't think that this kind of horror is the kind that I like, but that's okay. So we're going to end this reading vlog here. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to my channel if you're new around here, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.